Hello learners, welcome to the class again. This is the official YouTube channel of the Department of English, Government College Sirohi, and I'm your teacher Renuka Verma. So we were doing the poem Ode to the West Wind, and so far we have done the text reading and the analysis of the Canto-I. So in this video we will talk about this Canto-II and we'll do a stanza wise analysis of the same. So let's begin with the stanza 1. Thou, O, on whose stream, mid the steep sky's commotion, loose clouds like earth's decaying leaves are shed, shook from the tangled boughs of heaven and ocean. And again, the speaker addresses the wind as a person, calling it the one who will loose clouds and shake the leaves of the boughs of heaven and ocean. So you can see the images here, loose clouds and boughs of heaven and ocean. So this reads almost as a psalm, as if the speaker is praising the wind for its power. So he is again addressing the west wind as a powerful living being, a powerful spiritual being which can play havoc in the phenomena of nature, in the natural phenomena also. Then in the stanza 2, angels of rain and lightning, they are spread on the blue surface of thine airy surge, like the bright hair uplifted from the head. So the speaker here refers to the wind as a spiritual being more powerful than angels, for the angels of rain and lightning are described as being spread on the blue surface of the wind. So wind is so powerful that it can play with the angels of rain and lightning also. So he then describes these angels as being like the bright hair on the head of an even greater being. So the west wind is so powerful, the impact of the west wind is so powerful that it can play with the angels of rain and lightning, and it can spread them like the bright hair on the sky. Then of some fierce Maenad, even from the dim verge of the horizon to the zenith's height, the locks of the approaching storm thou dirge. So, here the speaker compares the wind to a fierce Maenad, or the spiritual being that used to be found around the Greek god Dionysus. So again, he is personifying the west wind, and he compares the west wind to the Greek god Dionysus. And this is the being that was also described as having hair like angels. So thus the wind is described as being like a god with angels for hair. So these angels of rain and lightning reveal the storm, that a storm is on the way. So again, the west wind is personified as a Greek god who is so much powerful. Then in the stanza 4, of the dying year to which this closing night will be the dome of a vast sepulchre, vaulted with all thy congregated might. And in this fourth stanza, the speaker is explaining that the storm which is approaching is the impending doom of the dying year. So the west wind announces the death of the year which is going to die, the death of the closing year. So he says that the storm approaching is the impending doom of the dying year. That means it is the signal of the year's death. So the use of sepulchre is interesting too, since this is referring to a small room monument in which a person is buried in typically Christian origin. So the year is in the small room, in the monument, which is, and the wind is blowing the signal, the bells of its death. So to refer to something like this could suggest that Shelley wants to trap and contain all the power of nature inside the tomb, for it is to burst open in stanza 5. So as well as this A sepulture is an isolating way of being buried, which could indicate Shelley wants to move away from all miseries and be finally at one with nature. So, what he is trying to say is, of the dying year to which this closing night will be the dome of a vast sepulture, vaulted with all thy congregated might. So, what does he say? That all the powers of yours are preserved in a monument, and that monument will going to be the doom of the year which is going to die. So that means the year, the west wind signals the death, the close of the year, because the autumn is the time when the one season is going, winter is going to start, and then because of the west wind, the seeds which are buried in the grave will come out again, will spring again, and will be revived by the west wind. So again, west wind is described as the destroyer and the preserver of nature. And in the last stanza of Canto-II, he says that of vapors from whose solid atmosphere black rain and fire and hell will burst, O hear. So he describes the wind as the bringer of death, and he has already described it as the destroyer. So here he is describing it as one of the things who brings black rain and fire and hail. Then to end this canto, the speaker again appeals to the wind, begging that it would hear him. So again, what he is just provoking, and he just paying a tribute to the powers of the west wind. And with the closing line, he is again requesting the west wind to hear to his pleas, to pay heed to his worries. So please go through the canto through again. Enough for today. Thank you.